Well, hey.
I'm very impressed with this, with the quality of the Mamba Turbo. I mean, you wouldn't really tell a difference.
What is going on, guys? I'm Jack.
And I'm Ollie.
And welcome back to Project Racecar. And today work starts on the R34. So we are going to, well, if you haven't seen last week's video, go and check that out first, because it gives a bit more explanation about what's going to be going on over the coming weeks. But in short, today we are fitting a new turbo to the car. So we are fitting a Mamba GCX 3071R, which we'll get out of the box in a minute and show you guys. But we've got to get everything out of the bay first. So there's a chunk of stuff in here. Turbo's down here somewhere.
Yeah, the J pipe that comes off the turbo's there,
yeah,
and it runs up to here. All of this upper intercooler piping's got to come off. The air filter's got to come out. All of these heat shields and stuff on top here.
So we are going to do. This is going to get some love at some point. We're just working on, you know, obviously getting the car set up as I want it at the moment. So obviously increasing the power. We've done the coilovers and stuff like that. So this will get some love at some point. But if you haven't seen the video, guys, we have actually painted the rocker covers midnight purple, which does look pretty cool if the camera decides to focus.
Yeah, and it's lasted fairly well.
It's lasted all right. It's not perfect, and it'll probably get repainted at some point.
Yeah.
But everything else is an absolute mess, as you can probably see.
A bit of intercooler piping off. And then we can start to get at the bracketry that's underneath of it, which allows the J pipe here is going to have to come off as well.
So we've got the upper intercooler pipe off. Ollie's just getting the...
It's like a J pipe thingy, my bobby.
J pipe, that's the one. You can see there's a bit more room now. Now the pipe's off to get to the stock turbo, which is down there somewhere. That's it. Somewhere down. So guys, I just realised I've been calling this stock turbo for the entire video. Completely forgot it's not actually a stock turbo. The car came with a stage 1 from JDM Garage, which is the same place the coil packs came from. It came with the car when I bought it. I don't know why the previous owner put a stage 1 on it. I'm guessing the original turbo failed and they replaced it with the next nearest thing. But if it was me, I'd have bought a stage 3 or stage 4 just for that extra headroom. But I guess they probably didn't want the extra overheads of mapping and ECUs and things like that you'd obviously have to do to go along with it. So, yeah, we're going to pull that out, and Ollie's just grabbed all the bits for the Mamba Turbo. So, if we look down here,
The Mamba boy.
You would have seen in the last video, guys, if you watched it. But there's the Mamba 3071. It comes with this fitting kit as well, which is really nice. It's got a spacer in there, some what I'm guessing are AN lines, and all the various bits and pieces that you need to mount it. There's a bit of hose in there as well. So yeah. It's a lot more, and to be fair, it doesn't actually look that much bigger, does it?
No.
When you look at it like that. We look at the Mamba there, guys, and then if we look at the, well, what is essentially a Garrett.
We'll compare them when we get them out.
Yeah, so we'll pull them out and see what the difference is, because that's not too different in size. So guys, we decided to jack the car up instead of trying to get the turbo out from this angle, just because it's easier to take the downpipe off and just pull it through and inspect all that. So Ollie is currently under the car, doing things. I don't know if we're going to be able to see, but there we go.
Shall I take the camera?
There is a light.
Oh, that's a lovely angle of me.
There you go.
So, from my view, we have three 14mm hex heads on the downpipe, and then right up there, see if I can move the light into a better position. Right up there's two 12mm on the oil drain, which goes down to the sump. So I've got to take these off, drop the downpipe, and then there, I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, zoom in. Hello, camera, focus. There's the three 10mm that I had trouble getting at from the top to take the downpipe off, well, the elbow on the turbo. So instead I'm going to take the downpipe off the elbow and pull the whole lot out from the top. So guys, the turbo is almost out. Ollie's just undoing the last coolant line, which is proving to be a bit of a pain in the arse. I put it in a stupid location on the back side of the turbo. Well, hey. Oh, you got it off the elbow too, nice. Happy days. There we go. One Garrett spoolie boy.
New old turbo. Yeah, it is a Garrett, isn't it? So this is a hybrid turbo, guys. It's from JDM Garage. Stage 1, I believe. At least that's what I got the receipt for anyway. It came with the car. So yeah, I can't remember what the internals are, but it's got a billet compressor wheel and some other bits and pieces. So yeah,
unfortunately snapped a downpipe stud.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wind that one out somehow and go from there. So sick.
Yeah, happy days. So guys, we've got the turbo off, as you can see. Just gonna do a bit of comparison between the stage 1 turbo that was on it and the new 3071R. So
if you look in the top, that's where you can see the biggest difference.
Yeah, the wheel is huge.
The wheel
in comparison.
The wheel in the Garrett or in the Mamba is much bigger, and it will flow a lot more. Whereas that's a very nice wheel when it's in very good condition. So this turbo could have probably done more. But in terms of housings, they're both exactly the same AR compressor housings. Slightly different shapes, slightly different castings, different mounting positions for the wastegates, because these are both internally wastegated turbos.
Yeah.
They're more or less the same size. I think the exhaust wheel is a little bit fatter on this one than it is on this one. You've got quite a bit more distance here, giving a smaller, more forced area on the turbine wheel than this. But otherwise they're very similar. Obviously the inlet size is much bigger on this one, so you can run a bigger air filter setup, and also the J pipe obviously bolted onto here, and this one just has a coupler for a silicone connector, so we're going to have to get a 90-degree fit in for this one. This kit does actually come with all the lines as well, because the cartridge is actually different. If you look at the size of the cooling lines on the OEM turbo versus the Mamba, they're much smaller, so the kit does come with braided lines and everything to bolt straight on. So all in all, very impressed with this, with the quality of the Mamba Turbo. I mean, you wouldn't really tell a difference really.
Yeah, I mean they're both Garretts, aren't they? The old Turbo is a Garrett as well.
This is old technology. This is much newer technology. This is probably, I know it's a new turbo, but it's technically old technology now. This is probably 20-year-old technology, whereas this is 5 to 6 year old technology, because the Gen 2, which is what this is based on, is quite an old turbo now. So, but yeah, nonetheless, it's proven. So let's get it ready to be put on.
Let's go.
So we have the included goodie bag, which is included with said Mamba. I don't know why I just hit it, but I did. So this literally, I'm going to empty it all out because I didn't expect it to be quite so comprehensive of a kit as it is. So you have to excuse me, there's gold bars everywhere. So we've got a massive bag of goodies. A spacer to bolt to the manifold and space the turbo down should we need it. We have a braided oil feed line, and also 2 braided water lines, one for either side of the turbo, which is pretty awesome actually. So I kind of wanted to get braided lines for mine, but there we go. The OEM metal lines will do just fine. And in this bag we have all the included hardware. It comes with nuts and studs as well. So we've got 2 springs for the wastegate actuator, should we want to respring it and run more boost, which is kind of cool. Fresh nuts, copper coated nuts for the downpipe and for the exhaust housing. So that's really cool that they include that. New oil line and coolant banjos for the turbo with copper washers and everything included. That's awesome. And like I said, we got a couple of clamps for securing everything onto the turbo, a vacuum line for something, an oil restrictor which needs to go into the top of the turbo, and we got studs for the exhaust and the downpipe, or the elbow, sorry. And also we have that bolts onto the bottom of the turbo, and then that replaces the OEM oil drain. So they literally included everything in this kit. So good job to Mamba. They've done a really good all-included kit that you can literally just buy and bolt on. So yeah, props to them for doing that.
And have a look at all the other videos we've got. So got plenty more coming soon, guys. Stay tuned, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers. Bye. Don't look at the camera, you idiot.
I'm admiring this beautiful day. The RB25 life. Outtakes.
We've just taken